Could Tom Brady play for the Broncos this season? It sounds outlandish because it is outlandish. But we're going to talk about it on today's video because a handful of you have sent me this article from Mike Florio at ProFootballTalk where he lists the Denver Broncos as a spot that Tom Brady could land in 2024. So we're going to read this article together and I'll give you my opinions and reactions throughout the article. So let's get right into it. As Mike Florio from ProFootballTalk dropped an article saying, when we last saw Tom Brady running, he was wearing a Patriots jersey and being celebrated at Gillette Stadium. More recently, he posted on social media a video of himself running shirtless. Now let me just pause right there and go, the first thing I did was I went to his social media to see this video, and the most recent video I saw from Tom Brady was him scootering in Madrid. So to me, that doesn't scream like a guy that wants to come back to work. I think he's looking like a man that is enjoying his time away from football. But okay, let's continue on reading. Ostensibly, it's a plug for Noble, the apparel company that absorbed TB12 and the Brady brand earlier this year. At a deeper level, it's a reminder that Brady has opened the door to returning to the NFL. Time out again. Maybe. Like, I can't say definitively that's not what Tom Brady's thinking. Only Tom Brady really knows. And he's a pretty calculated man. So would I put it past Brady? No. I mean, we saw Sean Payton wear an orange tie on Fox to signal he was going to the Broncos. So sometimes players and coaches do this. I think it's a little, aggressive to say it's a sign and a reminder that he's coming back because he was running. I'm not so sure. I'm not sold on that. All right. We power on. He got things rolling a week ago when he said he's not opposed to the possibility of coming back during the season if the starting quarterback for a contending team is injured. Personally, I interpreted that as a message from Brady to any team that might be interested in him for the full season. If he can sign up and play during the season, why not join a quarterback-needy team now? I'll tell you why. Because joining a team mid-season that is just a quarterback away is a hell of a lot easier path to a Super Bowl than joining a team right now going through all the off-season workouts and whatnot and training camp and the grueling dog days of the summer to be on a team that may not be very good. Whereas you could just wait if you're Brady and what do you have to rush for, right? And if a team that is like the Eagles years ago when Carson Wentz tore his ACL and they were like 10-1 at the time, yeah, Brady could look at that as a pretty good option to step in, help them go the rest of the way and win another ring. Whereas if he joins a team that's QB needy right now, the teams that need quarterbacks right now, let me just cue you in on something. They're not very good teams. If they were, they wouldn't need a quarterback. So I don't think it's very easy to say, why not join a team now? I've got lots of reasons why. They may not be a very good team, and Tom Brady could kind of sour the way he departed the NFL, where when we last saw him, at least it was in the playoffs. If he comes back now for a team that needs a quarterback, he may not get to the playoffs, and that's going to be a sour taste in maybe the ending legacy of Tom Brady. Remember that one time he came back and played for the Commanders and they won 6 games? I don't know why you would want to come back when you went out on top like Brady pretty much did. Let's continue reading. With Brady, there's no accidents or coincidences. Everything is planned. That's not a criticism, just a reality. He knew what his words would do. He had an objective in uttering them. He said when he retired for the second time that he's definitely done and not retiring. Returning. I'm retiring, he said, for good. More than a year later, he hints at returning during a season in which he's supposed to be calling games for Fox. All right, let's kind of wrap it up here because this is where it gets kind of juicy and Broncos related. Brady, I believe, wants the phone to ring before or right after the draft. He mentioned the Raiders and Patriots. Other quarterback-needy teams could be interested too, depending on what happens next week. The Broncos, the Vikings, even the Commanders could decide to roll the dice with Brady for a year. Regardless, Brady is making sure teams know he's available. It will be interesting to see whether anyone calls. Someone should. Brady would be middle of the pack or better quarterback right now, and he would definitely sell jerseys and put asses in seats. So I don't disagree that Tom Brady could probably still play at a middle of the pack level. I mean, it is Tom Brady, and I'm just not going to be caught betting against him. Like, if he comes back and he stinks it up, all right, hand up, I'll say I got it wrong. But could Tom Brady be better than Jarrett Stidham? Hell yeah, of course he could. I think he would be better than Jarrett Stidham, regardless of if he's pushing 50. He's probably in better shape right now than he was when he was like 21, 22 years old anyway. So I don't disagree that Tom Brady could play at a high level, and I'm not going to stand here or sit here and try and convince you of that. If your mind is made up, you're probably not going to the other side anyway. But would a team actually consider Tom Brady? We have heard stories of when teams make a phone call. And like, for example, Rob Gronkowski got a call from the Giants last year because Brian Daboll tried to lure him out of retirement. Like, this stuff does actually happen where veterans who haven't been in the game for a while get a phone call and they ultimately say, thanks, but no thanks. Would Brady pick up the phone and come back? I don't know. You know, it's, I would say tough to imagine because it is Tom Brady and he played for a hell of a long time, but I don't think I would bet on Tom Brady suiting up for the Broncos this year. Is it better than other quarterback options they have? Probably. Like, if they don't get the quarterback they're hoping for in the draft, I'm not quite sure what this room is going to look like if it's just Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci when it comes to actual effective quarterback play. So maybe Sean Payton would get a little bit desperate. Like, he wanted Sam Darnold. Darnold went to the Vikings. He pursued Sam Howell. The Seahawks came in with a better offer. You know, he's kind of gone 0 for 2 in free agency. He also was like looking into very loosely Kirk Cousins, but he knew that the Broncos couldn't afford him. So who's to say that if he was banking on Bo Nix in the draft and he gets picked one slot before him, he's like, damn, I just can't really catch a break when it comes to getting the quarterbacks I want. And maybe he feels that Tom Brady is better than Jarrett Stidham, which I would say is a pretty good feeling to have. And Brady wants to play. Like, I don't think it's a very likely outcome, but you got to admit, it'd be pretty insane to wrap your mind around. I mean, Brady and like the Patriots and the Broncos a decade ago were two of the biggest rivals in the AFC and the NFL. And Broncos country has changed its tune on one quarterback that, you know, beat him in the postseason, and that was Russell Wilson. Maybe they would do it again for Tom Brady. Let me know if you guys think, just what your thoughts are about the possibility of Brady coming back from retirement a second time, a third time, whatever it is, and playing for the Denver Broncos. Like, I would definitely be excited about it. I think it'd be very fun. It'd be a season we'd all remember, that's for sure. And the last few seasons have not been memorable. I mean, hand up, I don't go to bed each night and think about that one season Brandon Allen started. Like, no, sorry, Trevor Siemian, but like Tom frickin' Brady, yeah. If that was actually an option, I'd be for it. I still think that's like a plan B or C because you're not going to have anything with him beyond 2024 most likely. I don't think it's going to be a 2 to 3 year arrangement, but can you imagine Sean Payton and Tom Brady joining forces? Like, that could be something where they strike lightning in a bottle, and it might be like a gold rush that lasts for just a season, but right now Broncos country needs a gold rush, right? It can't just be the Nuggets, no pun intended. All right, that will do it for us on an at-home edition of the Broncos Breakdown. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because it's such a wild idea that on one hand it's like, what are we doing here? But on the other hand it's like, it is Tom Brady. He probably deserves 9 to 10 minutes of our time. So that will do it for us on today's show. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you all tomorrow as we get ready for the NFL Draft.